Behind me, we have a home and a community in the Mount Juliet area that has private lots with nobody behind you. We're having a great location close to Oakwood Commons and Providence Place and the Costco. We're in an area where you have desirable schools. You have this particular floor plan behind us that we're about to get into has one of the biggest primary suites I've ever seen, with a flex office space addition to the upstairs primary. Incredible. We have a lot of design options, including a possibility of a basement or a bedroom in the basement downstairs. This is pretty cool, and this HOA is reasonable, and you don't have the hidden costs that might creep up. We're gonna get into this home tour. Let's go. Immediately when I walk in, I can tell the sight lines take us directly to the gathering room. But look to the right, you have a formal dining area in a relatively closed off room. You don't have doors to it, but the way the door frames come across, especially this one that's going towards the kitchen, this is a chef's pantry, nice. But a formal dining area is something that has not been in a lot of new construction lately. So having this is really, really nice as an option to help divide up your space. This definitely could have a sink. I know that's a part of the upgrade. This is just a mid-range floor plan, and this is gonna be the pantry to the left. Not crazy big, but also bigger than a lot of standard pantries. I like having this transition going into this kitchen. Look at this gathering room. It's so well maintained and kept. You have a gas stove range. This community all has gas, so the gas stove range is gonna be standard with every model. Those aren't build-ins, those are furniture. I'm not actually sure if this floor plan has any build-ins for that. They do have some custom changes for the mantelpiece. You can have a gas stove. This one's just electric. Now, one of the big selling points that I love about this community is you have no one behind you. So you have the option for this back patio area. You will not have any neighbors behind you. Really decent sized acre lot. And you have access to a lot of amenities. Oakwood Commons is very close. You're still in the Providence area. We'll talk about the pricing and the HOA and all the other goodies at the end. They're also running a lot of incentives. I'm really excited about that. I know you guys are really hyped about Mount Juliet. It is one of the fastest growing communities for new construction right now. Pretty standard 1-bedroom. Love how they designed this. Without that nice furniture, it would not look quite so nice, but it would be a really good small space for a guest. We have a half bath, closet, decent sized walk-in closet, kind of just storage space. We skipped over the garage and mudroom, so let's go back and take a look at that real quick. Nice. And that door would take you to the 2-car garage. This mudroom is huge. They have this set up as like almost like a semi-workstation with a prep area mudroom. Now we're going upstairs. I'm really hyped to show you this primary bedroom because they have a really cool, different design. I have actually not seen this before. So this is a flex space, loft area, rec room area. This is another bedroom, mid-range. Pretty sure this total square footage for this floor plan is around 3,000, give or take, depending on upgrades. Can have 4 to 6 bedrooms. So you have a separate sink door going into a shared full bath, going into another bedroom that has the mirrored design. I like this. Let's see how big this closet is. Not crazy big. Bedroom size Not as big, but you have a lot of space dedicated to shared common areas. Now look at this primary. Oh my word. Is this not well designed? Now this is what is new and specific. They have a little like office built into the primary. How cool is that? I've not seen that. Overlooking that lake. This is cool, man. Let's check out the primary bathroom. Okay. Oh my gosh. Check it out. I love this tile work. Great job. Goes both ways, I'm guessing. Yes, nice touch. The drain is centered. You can tell that based on how it actually starts to form curves down. To really test it, we would need to get some equipment out here, but that's one of the things I would test before I moved you into a place. Get my inspector out there to make sure they didn't mess up the angles for that drain. So we have 2 closets, 2 walk-ins. This is mid-range, so we just have brackets, we don't have built-ins. I'm pretty sure you can get that upgraded. Mid-range cabinetry, still self-touch close. Yeah, this is pretty great. I would love to have an extended office there. A lot more privacy. Now we have the laundry room upstairs. Very, very small. No cabinetry. But this floor plan has used a lot of its design in places like having a bigger primary. A much bigger primary. So much bigger. That's just the utility closet. And then you have the patio. Love this. Second story balcony patio, covered. New community look and feel. Love that. All right, let's go down to the office and we'll talk the details on the pricing, community, HOA, the incentives they're running, and all the stuff I can find on this. We are actually in the office upstairs in this primary suite. I know you've been wanting to know what community is this. Devonshire by Pulte Homes in the Mount Juliet area. This is the Continental floor plan. Mid-range, this is a model that actually showed you what mid-range looks like. You have possibility of upgrades. You have a little bit of a step down for entry point. Price range, $579 is the start point, but if you want something that's closer to this floor plan, expect to pay in the high 600s, probably 650 to 700. And if you want everything decked out, I think this one goes all the way up to 750. But 579, what's the HOA, Richard? The HOA is $140 a month. What does it cover? Well, it covers the maintenance of the grounds. You're not gonna have any homes behind you. If you can see in my background, maybe not that well, but you can see a lot of trees and a lot of privacy. So a lot of that money of the HOA actually goes to just maintenance of these grounds. Does not have a pool or a fitness center. Now remember, if anybody has any deep insight into how HOAs work, the more amenities you have, as the community gets older, your HOA fees are gonna start going up. That is something they don't tell you on the front end, and that's something that I have had to do a lot of research to really pinpoint it because HOAs have been such a sticking point. It's actually better to have an HOA that doesn't cover a lot because then you're not gonna have nearly the same headache as the community ages. This HOA fee covers the main living areas with maintenance, and you're not gonna have the same surprise bills you would have in a lot of other communities because as those really, really nice pools get older, who has to pay for it? The HOA communities. So keep that in mind. That's something that I instruct my buyers when I represent them to consider. It's really nice to move into a community with a bunch of amenities, but unless you really aren't gonna be there that long, we're talking 15 years or something like that, 10 years is when things really start to break down and then on up. You don't want to be footing that bill. That's when you end up in these nightmare scenarios where the price to sell the home ends up being lower and the HOA fee is high, it's harder to attract a buyer. So just something to consider. I know a lot of new construction communities offer a lot, but something to consider about this community is you do have a lot of privacy, you don't have as many amenities, and the HOA bill is not going to suddenly go up to $400 a month. There's just nothing that would really cover. So that's something to consider. Now we have 4 to 6 bedrooms with this floor plan. We have this really cool, enormous primary suite that has just basically a second room built in. It has the office upstairs connected to this. That's pretty cool. We have a lot of good schools in this Mount Juliet area. I'm pretty sure this is zoned for Mount Juliet High School. So we're in Oakwood Commons. When I drove in, you're turning right from a road coming from Oakwood Commons. You have Providence Place pretty close, the Costco relatively close. This is still in a really great location in Mount Juliet, and you have more privacy. So we're not talking rural, you're still close, but you don't have anybody in your backyard. You have a really nice landscaped tree line, and you have a pretty well-designed home that, as far as I can tell, Pulte Homes is semi-custom, but they're actually offering some pretty cool stuff that's new. They have a floor plan that is just single story, and I know I've had a lot of buyers call, text, and email me a lot about, well, where do we go if we don't want to be in a 55 plus community and we want a single story home? Here's one option. They just started this. Most new construction builders do not offer this unless it's a 55 plus community. So make note of that. And as we went over the pricing, this has bigger lot sizes. So the pricing is going to go up a little bit if you want quite as much space as this one has. And they're running a lot of really good incentives. I believe one of their incentives is if you use their lender and you qualify, we're talking interest rates for a buy down that would put your loan at a 3%, around in the 3 to 4% range, which is amazing. For the specifics, you would have to talk to me or them, and we could figure out what you would qualify for. They have design credits, quick move-in discounts based on what's in their inventory. This community, 68 homes. So, another tip I have is it is way cheaper for you to go with a quick move-in home than it is for you to start from scratch, because a lot of times that's where you get the best deals when you're negotiating. And closing cost credits. So, as always, I am your buyer's agent in the greater Nashville area that specializes in new construction. My name is Richard Royer. I love to hear from you. Don't be afraid to text, email, or call me, even if it's just to tell me what you like about the video. I got a call last week from a new construction buyer who already had an agent, and I had no problem still giving him some feedback and tips on negotiating. And he gave me some nice compliments about how he liked that I use the wide angle lens for my videos, and a lot of other YouTubers don't do that. And I'm like, well, thank you. That's good for me to know, because I'll keep doing that, So reach out for feedback, leave comments. And if you just want to talk new construction and want a second opinion on the deal that you're working right now, don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll see you in my next video.